Hey there, friends. Welcome to another tale that'll warm your heart and maybe even bring a tear to your eye, especially if you're like me and can't resist those soulful eyes of a Labrador. Picture this. It's an early morning in Willow Creek, that sleepy little town nestled in the misty valleys of the Pacific Northwest, where the Cascade Mountains loom like ancient guardians and the air carries the fresh scent of pine and damp earth. Our story kicks off with Alex Thompson, a rugged retired firefighter in his late 50s, who's seen more than his share of chaos flames devouring homes' lives hanging by a thread. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepares him for what he stumbles upon as he steps out onto his weathered porch mug of steaming black coffee in hand. There, in the expansive backyard meadow that stretches like a green sea under the rising sun, stands a tiny 9-year-old girl named Lily Harper. She's fragile as a wildflower, her hair tousled by the breeze, looking utterly out of place. And surrounding her, his pack of 10 Labrador retrievers, those sturdy golden and chocolate-coated wonders he's rescued from the brink over the years. Muscular, yet gentle, they're arranged in a perfect circle. Ears, perked muscles taut, their alert postures screaming vigilance. Is this a standoff? A threat? Your pulse quickens just imagining it, the fog swirling around their paws, the silence so thick you could cut it with a knife. Alex's heart slams against his ribs. These dogs are his family, trained but unpredictable in the face of the unknown. What in the world? He mutters, frozen in place. But hold on, here comes the twist that flips everything on its head. Lily, this silent slip of a girl, doesn't flinch. Instead, she slowly raises one small hand, fingers extended in a gentle wave, like she's conducting an invisible orchestra. And then Titan, the eldest Labrador, with his wise chocolate-brown fur and scars from a rough past, steps forward, not to lunge, not to bark, but to bow his massive head beneath her palm, eyes softening tail, dipping low in pure submission. One by one, the others follow suit. Bella, with her golden glow, Scout, the playful one, the whole pack transforms from guardians on edge to a circle of devoted companions, tails now wagging softly in unison. Gasps escape Alex's lips. It's impossible, mesmerizing. How could this child, a stranger to him, command such unwavering loyalty? Now let's dive deeper, because this isn't just fluff. It's a window into the magic of Labradors. Think about real-life heroes like Endall, that legendary Labrador who assisted a disabled veteran in the UK, learning over 200 commands to fetch items, operate elevators, even unload washing machines. Why Labradors were bred for retrieval and companionship. Their Newfoundland roots, making them intuitive empaths, cause selective breeding for waterwork and human partnership. They lower stress hormones in humans by up to 60%, according to American Kennel Club studies, fostering bonds that heal invisible wounds. Compare that to more independent breeds like Huskies, who might wander off mid-task. Labradors stick by you, reading your emotions like an open book. But here's a common mistake we all make, judging by size or breed stereotypes, assuming big dogs equal big risks, which leads to heartbreaking abandonments. Lesson learned. True loyalty isn't about appearances. It's the heart that counts. Labradors teach us to see beyond the fur, to trust the quiet connections that change lives. Yet as Alex watches this unfold, a chill runs down his spine. This isn't random. There's a story here, layers of pain and purpose waiting to unravel. How did this mute girl, haunted by her own shadows, earn the trust of these once broken dogs? Stick around, because what comes next will show you the wounds that bind them and the healing that sets them free. All right, friends, buckle up, because we're diving deep into the heart of Willow Creek, where the mist clings to the pines and the past weighs heavier than a winter storm. Last we left off, Alex Thompson was floored by the sight of little Lily Harper commanding his pack of 10 Labradors with a single gesture, turning a tense standoff into a moment of pure magic. But who are these two souls, and what brought them to this meadow under the Cascade's watchful gaze? Let's peel back the layers of their stories, because oh, the scars they carry, and the Labradors that stitch them together will hit you right in the feels. First, meet Alex Thompson, a man whose life reads like a book you can't put down, each chapter etched with fire and loss. once a decorated firefighter in Seattle. Alex was the guy who ran into infernos when everyone else ran out. 5 years ago, though, his world crumbled during a warehouse blaze that roared like a living beast. His partner Tom didn't make it out. Alex dragged him through smoke so thick it choked hope itself. But it wasn't enough. The guilt. It's a shadow that never leaves him. Why him, and not me? He'd whisper to himself alone in his truck after shifts. Then came another blow. Buddy, his first Labrador, the golden-furred soul who'd curl up beside him through sleepless nights, died at 14. That loss broke something in Alex. The silence in his cabin became a scream he couldn't escape. So he left the city, bought 20 acres in Willow Creek, and turned his pain into purpose. One rescue Labrador became 2, then 5, then 10, all labeled unadoptable, cast off for biting or skittishness from past abuse. There's Titan, the chocolate-coated elder with a limp from a cruel chain. Bella, whose golden fur hides scars from neglect. Scout, who cowers at loud noises but wags at a kind word. Alex trained them in his rain-soaked fields, teaching retrieval games that tap into their Newfoundland roots, hauling nets, fetching gear, saving lives. You're not broken, he'd tell them, brushing their coats under the stars. You're just waiting for a chance. But oh, the irony, here's Alex saving dogs while his own heart's still bleeding. Common mistake. Thinking you can outrun grief by hiding. Lesson healing starts when you let others in, even if they've got 4 legs and a wagging tail. Now shift your gaze across the property line to Lily Harper, a 9-year-old whose eyes hold a story too heavy for her years. 18 months ago, tragedy struck on Puget Sound's icy waters. A ferry caught in a freak storm capsized her parents. Emily and David were among the 12 lost. Lily, miraculously pulled from the wreckage, hasn't spoken since. She lives with her Aunt Clara and Uncle Ben, in a cedar-shingled cottage, her silence a wall no one can breach. Her blue eyes wide as the ocean that took her world fixate on the world outside her window. And what catches them? Alex's Labradors romping in the meadow, their playful barks cutting through her fog. At first, it's just glances, her small hand pressed to the glass, watching Titan chase a ball, or Bella nap in the sun. Then one dusk, she creeps to the wooden fence separating their properties, her breath hitching as Scout bounds over, dropping a stick at her feet. Alex spots her one morning while brushing Bella's golden coat. He doesn't push, just nods like they've got an unspoken deal. "Easy, girl," he murmurs to Bella. But it's for Lily, too. She steps closer, hesitant, and rests a trembling hand on Bella's head. A tear slips down her cheek. Goodness, what a moment! That spark of connection, it's no fluke. Studies from the American Psychological Association show kids with PTSD, like Lily, can regain speech 20% faster with animal therapy, 'cause Labrador's non-judgmental presence lowers anxiety. Effect: trust rebuilds where words fail. Compare that to cats who might comfort but lack the interactive drive of Labradors. Real case. A boy in Texas mute after a house fire spoke his first word dog to a Labrador named Max. Mistake. Writing off a child's silence as permanent, missing the chance to let animals bridge the gap. Lesson. Sometimes the quietest hearts speak loudest through love. But here's where the plot thickens, and you're going to want to lean in. Lily's visits aren't just daytime daydreams. Under the cover of Willow Creek's starry nights, when Clara and Ben think she's tucked in, she's slipping through the evergreen woods, her sneakers silent on pine needles. She watches the Labradors from the shadows, mimicking Alex's commands. A low whistle, a hand flick. Titan's ears perk. He trots to her, sitting without a sound. She's not just watching. She's learning, teaching, forming a secret bond. One night, Clara stirs, hearing a creak on the porch. "Lily," she calls, but the bed's empty. Panic spikes. Where's this girl going? Meanwhile, Alex starts noticing oddities. A misplaced treat bag. Paw prints too neat near the kennel. "Who's been out here?" he mutters. Titan tilting his head like he's keeping a secret. And then a twist that'll make your jaw drop. Clara finds a sketch in Lily's room. A detailed drawing of the Labradors in a circle with Lily at the center labeled "My Pack." This mute girl haunted by loss isn't just healing, she's building something extraordinary. But whispers are spreading in Willow Creek. Folks like Karen Ellis are muttering about that dog hoarder and his dangerous pack. Trouble's brewing, and it's about to test the bonds these Labradors have forged. Stick with me, because next we'll uncover the storm gathering in this quiet town, and how Lily's secret nights with the Labradors set the stage for a battle that could change everything. All right, friends, let's settle back into the misty embrace of Willow Creek, where the air hums with secrets and the Labradors' loyal hearts beat louder than any storm on the horizon. You're probably still reeling from that jaw-dropping twist, little Lily Harper, silent as a shadow, sketching herself as the leader of Alex Thompson's pack of 10 Labradors. How does a 9-year-old, haunted by the ghosts of a ferry accident, command such trust from these once broken dogs? And why are whispers of trouble stirring in this quiet town? Buckle up, because the stakes are climbing, and the bonds between girl, man, and dogs are about to face their toughest test yet. This is where hearts collide, tensions flare, and oh my goodness, the courage of a child and her 4-legged allies will leave you speechless. Picture Lily under the starlit canopy of Willow Creek's evergreen woods, her small frame slipping through the pines, a flashlight's beam dancing on the path to Alex's meadow. It's well past midnight, the town asleep, but Lily's wide awake, her heart pounding with purpose. She's not just sneaking out for fun, she's on a mission. By the kennel fence, she kneels, her breath visible in the chilly air, and pulls out a crumpled notebook filled with sketches of hand signals, a palm circling for group, up a finger snap for stay. Titan, the chocolate Labrador, with soulful eyes, spots her first, his limp barely slowing him as he pads over tail, wagging like a metronome. One by one, the others join. Bella's golden fur glints under the moonlight. Scout's ears perk at her whistle. Lily's invented her own commands, mimicking Alex's low, steady calls, but adding her own flair. A flick of her wrist, and the Labradors form a protective circle facing outward like sentinels. "Good dogs," she whispers, her voice barely audible, the first sound she's made in months. Oh, the bravery of this girl, teaching in secret, turning trauma into triumph. It's like watching a maestro conduct a symphony, but with pause and trust instead of notes. Real-world parallels. Look at canine companions, where Labradors are trained to sense anxiety spikes in kids with autism, reducing meltdowns by 50%, per research from the Journal of Pediatric Nursing. Cause Labradors' centuries-honed trainability as retrievers. Effect they mirror human emotions, building bridges where words fail. Compare that to wolf hybrids, wild and less attuned to human cues. Labradors are wired for harmony. Mistake parents or communities stifling kids' unconventional coping, like sneaking out fearing danger over healing. Lesson trust, the quiet rebellion of a healing heart. It's often the loudest cry for hope. But here's where the tension spikes, and you're gonna feel it in your bones. Lily's secret sessions aren't flawless. One night, she fumbles a treat, and Scout's excited leap knocks over a metal bucket clang. The sound echoes, and a light flicks on in Alex's cabin. "Who's there?" he calls, his voice, rough flashlight sweeping the meadow. Lily ducks behind a hay bale, heart racing as Titan presses close, shielding her with his bulk. A near miss that screams danger. What if she's caught? What if Clara and Ben find out? Her aunt and uncle, already frayed from raising a silent child, would lock the doors tighter than a vault. And Alex, he's starting to suspect something's up. He finds a candy wrapper by the gate, smells faint strawberry shampoo in the air. "Titan, you keeping secrets from me," he mutters, half smiling, but his chest tightens with a cough that won't quit. See, Alex's health is crumbling, chronic lung issues from years of inhaling smoke in his firefighting days. He hides it, popping lozenges, sipping coffee to mask the rattle in his breath, but the Labradors know. Bella lingers closer, resting her golden head on his knee. Scout whines softly at night. Oh, the loyalty of these dogs, it's enough to break your heart. Studies show pets lower cortisol in owners with PTSD by 30%. But Alex's stubbornness, thinking he can tough it out alone, is a classic mistake. Lesson: don't hide your pain. Those who love you, fur or not, will carry it with you. Meanwhile, trouble's brewing beyond the meadow, and it's uglier than a cascade storm. In Willow Creek's town hall, a repurposed barn with creaky wooden benches, the community's buzzing with fear. Karen Ellis, a sharp-tongued shop owner, stands up at a meeting, her voice slicing through the crowd. 10 Labradors. That's not a home, it's a zoo. She snaps, fueled by a recent incident where a stray mutt nipped a kid, not Alex's dogs, but close enough to spark panic. What happens if they get loose? My grandson plays nearby. The crowd murmurs fear, spreading like wildfire. Mayor Tom Reynolds, a mild-mannered man with glasses perpetually sliding down his nose, proposes an ordinance no more than 2 dogs per household with a 60-day deadline to comply. Alex, sitting in the back, arms crossed, feels the words like a punch. These aren't just dogs, they're his lifeline, his family. He glances at a faded photo in his pocket. Buddy, his first Labrador, who got him through the darkest nights. They don't get it, he mutters, walking out before the vote, his boots heavy on the gravel. Karen's fear-mongering is a textbook error, judging all dogs by one bad apple, ignoring that 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized yearly due to such biases per ASPCA stats. Compare this to towns embracing therapy dogs like a Colorado school where Labradors boosted student morale by 40%. Cause: ignorance breeds fear. Effect: communities fracture, missing the healing power of animals. Lesson challenge: fear with facts. Love often wears fur and a wagging tail. And then a twist that'll make your pulse race. Child Services gets wind of Lily's visits to Alex's property. Someone's tipped them off, maybe Karen, maybe a nosy neighbor. Agent Sarah Coleman arrives unannounced, clipboard in hand, her eyes scanning the reinforced kennel gates. We've had reports of a child around these dogs, she says, tone all business. Alex shows her the clean feeding logs, the training fields, but her skeptical gaze lingers. These Labradors are trained, I'll give you that, she admits, but a traumatized child. This isn't a therapy program. Alex points to a photo on his wall, Lily sketching beside Bella Scout, lying protectively nearby. Look at her smile, he says softly. Sarah's expression softens, but only a fraction. That night, Lily doesn't show up at the fence. Alex waits, porch light flickering, Titan pacing restlessly. Something's wrong. Across the woods, Lily sits at her desk, scribbling furiously in her notebook. They'll take the dogs away. I have to stop them. Her eyes burn with tears, but also fire. Oh, the stakes are sky high now. What's this girl planning, and can she pull it off before the town closes in? Hang tight, because next, we're hurtling toward a showdown that'll test every bond these Labradors have built. And a moment so heart-stopping, it'll redefine what it means to be a hero. Picture Willow Creek on a gray, overcast morning. The kind where the clouds hang low, heavy with the threat of rain. Alex trudges through his chores, his oxygen tank hissing softly, the Labradors trailing him like a loyal battalion. Titan's chocolate fur brushes his hand, sensing the weight in his chest. Each cough feels like a betrayal of the life he's built. Across the woods, Lily sits at her aunt and uncle's breakfast table, her backpack slung over one shoulder, eyes glued to the clock. Clara and Ben think she's headed to school, but she's got a bigger plan. A plan she's been sketching in her notebook for weeks, her small hands trembling with resolve. Today's the day, the final town inspection, where Mayor Tom Reynolds, agent Sarah Coleman from Child Services, and a crowd of wary townsfolk, including the sharp-tongued Karen Ellis, will decide if Alex's Labradors can stay. Lily knows the truth. These dogs aren't a threat. They're her lifeline, her voice. They have to see, she whispers to herself, slipping out the back door and cutting through the pines she knows like her own heartbeat. Oh, the audacity of this girl, defying everything to save what matters most. At Alex's ranch, the inspection's in full swing. Mayor Reynolds adjusts his glasses, scribbling notes, as Alex shows off the soundproofed kennel, the organized feeding logs. Impressive setup, Thompson, he mutters, but Karen's voice cuts through like a blade. Impressive. 10 dogs is a disaster waiting to happen, the crowd murmurs, fear simmering. Suddenly, a chill runs down Alex's spine. Something's off. Maggie, the local vet who's there for support, follows his gaze to the meadow's edge. There's Lily, slipping through the gate, unlocked somehow in the morning's chaos. Lily, Alex's voice cracks hoarse and desperate. The Labrador's turn as one ear's perked eyes locked on her tiny frame, standing defiant in the grass. Time slows to a crawl. Someone call Clara. Maggie shouts, fumbling for her phone. Karen gasps. That child's in danger. But Lily doesn't flinch. She raises her right hand sharp and sure like a conductor before a symphony. And then, holy smokes, the twist hits like lightning. The 10 Labradors move as one, forming a perfect circle around her, facing outward tails, still muscles taut. It's not a threat. It's a fortress of fur and loyalty. What in the world? Mayor Reynolds stammers, stepping back. Maggie grabs his arm. Wait, just wait. Lily's not done. She takes a step forward, 2 fingers pointing down. The dogs drop to a sit, then flatten to their bellies in unison. Total submission. Jaws relaxed, eyes soft. Phones come out. Someone's recording, jaws dropping. Lily raises her hand again, singling out Bella, who pads forward, gently taking a treat from her palm with the care of a surgeon. Alex stumbles toward the meadow breath, ragged, whispering, "She's been training them all this time." But then, oh, buckle up for this gut punch, pain explodes in his chest. He gasps, clutches his ribs, and collapses to his knees, the oxygen tank clattering beside him. The crowd freezes, panic erupting. "Call 911, Maggie yells. But Lily spins her face pale, and for the first time in 18 months, her voice rings out clear as a bell. "Stop, they're helping him." Gasps ripple through the crowd. Titan, the massive chocolate Labrador, bounds to Alex, pressing his paws rhythmically on his chest, trained compressions exactly where Alex taught him for emergency drills. Bella sprints to the cabin, disappearing through the dog door. Seconds later, she's back, a nitroglycerin bottle held gently in her jaws, dropping it into Maggie's shaking hands. "How did she?" Maggie starts, but Lily cuts her off, her voice steady. "I taught her. I taught them all. Let's unpack this because this moment is pure fire. Labradors are built for this. Think of real heroes like Bretagne, the 9/11 rescue dog who saved lives by navigating rubble. Cause their intelligence and trainability honed for service roles like FEMA search and rescue. Effect: they execute complex tasks under pressure, saving lives where humans falter, compared to less versatile breeds like bulldogs who lack the stamina for such feats. Common mistake: underestimating animal intuition. People dismiss dogs as just pets, missing their potential to change outcomes. Lesson: in a crisis, trust the bond, it can rewrite fate. Real example: a Labrador in California alerted a family to a gas leak, saving 4 lives. But here's the twist that'll floor you. As paramedics rush in, Maggie finds a crumpled letter in Alex's pocket, half torn, dated the night of the ferry accident. It's addressed to him from Lily's mother, Emily. "If we don't make it, watch over her." Alex was there, the first responder, pulling Lily from the wreckage, promising a dying mother to protect her child. He bought the land in Willow Creek to keep that vow silent all these years. "He's her guardian," Maggie whispers, tears streaming as the ambulance doors close. The crowd's stunned, phones still recording Karen Ellis, silent for once. Agent Sarah lowers her clipboard, muttering, "This isn't just training. These dogs are a unit." Lily stands tall, the Labradors seated behind her like knights, her notebook clutched tight. Alex fades in and out, catching glimpses of her steady gaze. Titan's weight on his chest, oxygen pressed to his face. He wants to tell them she saved him, that they all have. But darkness pulls hard. As he's loaded into the ambulance, Lily raises her hand in a silent salute, the dogs mirroring her calm. Oh, the weight of that moment, its love, loyalty, and promises kept, all wrapped in fur and a child's courage. Stick with me, because what comes next is a resolution that'll warm your soul and show how a town, a girl, and a pack of Labradors turn pain into a legacy that echoes far beyond Willow Creek. The hospital in Willow Creek is a small, sterile place, its beeping monitors a stark contrast to the wild beauty outside. Alex lies in a bed, oxygen tubes under his nose, his weathered face pale but peaceful. His chest aches, a dull reminder of the lung damage from years of battling blazes. But when he opens his eyes, there's Lily sitting by his side, her notebook open on her lap. Pages spill with sketches, Labradors in formation, her tiny hand signals and notes like, "Titan strong trusts me." She slips her small hand into his, steady as a rock. "You kept your promise," she whispers, her voice soft but clear like a stream finding its path. Alex blinks, slow and deliberate, memories flooding back. That stormy night on Puget Sound, the ferry's wreckage. His hands pulling a shivering Lily from the chaos as her mother Emily whispered her final plea, "Watch over her." He'd carried that promise like a second heartbeat, buying the land in Willow Creek to stay close, never telling a soul. "I tried, kiddo?" He rasps, a faint smile breaking through. Oh, the tenderness of that moment, it's enough to make your heart ache. Clara, Lily's aunt, steps in tidying the bedside table when a faded photo slips from Alex's wallet. It's Alex in his firefighter gear, standing beside Lily's parents, Emily and David, with a toddler, Lily grinning in their arms. Clara gasps, her hands trembling as she reads the back. David, Emily. Lily. 2016, Capt. A. Thompson. Ben. She calls to her husband, voice breaking. He knew them. He was there. The pieces snap together. Alex wasn't just a neighbor. He was their guardian, bound by a vow etched in tragedy. Let's pause to unpack this because it's profound. Promises like Alex's aren't just words, they're lifelines. Think of real-life heroes like Warrior Canine Connection, where Labradors help veterans heal from PTSD, reducing cortisol levels by 40%, per studies from the National Institutes of Health. Cause Labradors empathy bred for human partnership. Effect, they anchor broken spirits, fostering trust where trauma lingers. Compared to viral cat videos, cute but fleeting. Labradors build lasting change. Common mistake. Forgetting to nurture bonds after loss, letting grief fester in isolation. Lesson A. Promise kept is a bridge rebuilt. Lean on those who love you, fur or not. But here's a twist that'll tug your heartstrings. Lily, clutching that photo, whispers, "I remember you. You held my hand in the water." Alex's breath catches. She'd been so young, yet the Labradors unlocked that memory like a key to her silenced voice. Clara weeps, hugging her niece. "You brought her back to us," she tells Alex, who nods, eyes glistening. "No," he murmurs. "They did." He means the dogs, his pack, her pack. Back in Willow Creek, the town's transformed. That viral video of Lily's demonstration, 10 Labradors forming a protective circle, saving Alex, has spread like wildfire across the internet, hitting national news. Media vans park outside the town hall, but more importantly, hearts are shifting. At the next council meeting, the mood's electric, not angry. Officer Jenna Lee, who once backed the ordinance, stands tall. "I saw discipline, love, and healing that day. Not danger," she declares, her voice firm. Even Karen Ellis, the loudest critic, rises, her face flushed. "I judged too soon," she admits. "I was scared, but those dogs, they're heroes." Mayor Reynolds clears his throat. The council's revising the ordinance. The dogs stay. Cheers erupt, and outside volunteers are already at work on Alex's ranch, building ramps for his porch, delivering a hospital bed, organizing a care rotation. The town once divided rallies around a man and his pack. Oh, the beauty of redemption. It's like watching a sunrise after the longest night. Alex comes home to a spring-painted Willow Creek wildflowers dotting the meadow, his oxygen tank a constant companion. The Labradors wait at the gate, tails wagging in solemn formation. Titan leading the pack. Lily's there, clipboard in hand, directing their morning routine with a proud little smile. "Welcome home, Mr. Thompson," she says, her voice stronger now. "Running the show, huh?" He teases, voice thin but warm. She nods. "Just keeping your pack sharp, sir. Life finds a rhythm strange and beautiful." Lily's at the ranch every day, after school, logging training progress, adjusting Alex's meds with Maggie's help. Even teaching the dogs new commands like circle dance for group spins. Her notebook, now called the Pack's Code, is her Bible. One evening, Mayor Reynolds stops by with a surprise. A wooden sign carved with gold lettering, Haven's Legacy Ranch, honoring Alex Thompson and his family of fur. Lily traces the letters whispering, "The dogs'll love it." Summer fades to fall, and Alex's body weakens, but his spirit soars. He sits on the porch blanket over his legs, Titan at his feet. Lily reading her notes aloud. "I'm not scared," he tells Clara one night. "You should be," she says gently. He smiles. "I've seen the worst. But this girl, these dogs, this town, they've given me peace." On his final night, Alex calls Lily early. The Labradors gather around his chair, sentinels of love. "Got something for you," he says, handing her a sealed envelope. "Wait till I'm gone." Her eyes brim. "I don't want you to go." "I know, kiddo," he rasps. "But you're the leader now." The next morning, he's gone passing quietly in his sleep. The Labradors form a silent circle around his bed, as if they know. Lily, hands shaking, opens the letter. In Alex's uneven scrawl, it reads, "Lily, my promise to your mom wasn't just about safety. It was about giving you strength, a voice. You've done more. You've given me purpose, these dogs a home, this town, a heart. Keep training, keep healing, open that place you dream of. You're the pack's leader now." With love, Alex. A year later, the ranch transforms into Haven's Legacy Center, a therapy hub for kids with trauma. Laughter echoes as children play with the Labradors, some shy, others beaming. Lily, now 10, stands at the front voice. "Clear, today we learn trust, like Alex taught me. The dogs older but wiser rest in the sun, guardians always." And here's one final twist to carry you forward. Lily trains a new pup, a tiny Labrador named Hope, hinting at new challenges. A funding scare for the center overcome by the town's donations. As the sun dips behind Willow Creek's hills, casting a golden glow, Lily stands at the gate, Hope by her side, looking at a town united by love and loyalty. What started in silence became a symphony of second chances. If this story touched your heart, hit that thumbs up button. It means the world. Drop a comment with your own pet story. Has a dog ever changed your life? Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another tale of hope and fur. Share this video to spread the word. Every paw print tells a story of healing. Let's keep the legacy alive, friends, because love, like a Labrador's loyalty, never fades.